Hi, kindergarten. I hope everyone's having a really great week. I decided since I'm not going to be here this week that I would do a chapter book read aloud, and you can listen to a few chapters of the book for each day that I'm gone. So, since we've talked so much about the Magic Treehouse series with Aiden reading it and Braxton and some of our other friends, I thought that this would be a great book to read to you so you could all kind of know what we're talking about and maybe be interested in it. So we're going to start with Magic Treehouse book number 1, Dinosaurs Before Dark. It is written by Mary Pope Osborne. All right, here we go. And it's so nice out, I decided to come sit and read outside today. All right, here's our table of contents. Chapter 1 is called Into the Woods. Okay. Help! A monster, said Annie. Yeah, sure, said Jack. A real monster in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania? Run, Jack, said Annie. She ran up the road. Oh, brother. This is what he got for spending time with his 7-year-old sister. Annie loved to pretend stuff, but Jack was 8.5. He liked real things. Watch out, Jack. The monster's coming. Race you. No, thanks, said Jack. Annie raced alone into the woods. Jack looked at the sky. The sun was about to set. Come on, Annie. It's time to go home. But Annie had disappeared. Jack waited. No, Annie. Annie shouted. Annie, he shouted again. Jack, Jack, come here. Jack groaned. This better be good, he said. Jack left the road and headed into the woods. The trees were lit with golden late afternoon sun. Come here, called Annie. There she was, standing under a tall oak tree. Look, she said. She was pointing at a rope ladder. The longest rope ladder Jack had ever seen. Wow, he whispered. The ladder went all the way up to the top of the tree. There at the top was a tree house. It was tucked between 2 branches. That must be the highest treehouse in the world, said Annie. But who built it? Asked Jack. I've never seen it before. I don't know, but I'm going up, said Annie. No, we don't know who it belongs to, said Jack. Just for a teeny minute, said Annie. She started up the ladder. Annie, come back. She kept climbing. What do you think? Do you think if you found a treehouse in the woods, would you climb up it or would you not? Jack sighed. Annie, it's almost dark. We have to go home. Annie disappeared inside the treehouse. Annie! Jack waited a moment. He was about to call again when Annie poked her head out of the treehouse window. Books! She shouted. What? It's filled with books. Oh man, Jack loved books. He pushed his glasses into place. He gripped the sides of the rope ladder and up he went. And there's a picture of the treehouse, and you can see, whoops, Annie poking her head out. Chapter 2 is called The Monster. Jack crawled through a hole in the treehouse floor. Wow, the treehouse was filled with books. Books everywhere. Old books with dusty covers, new books with shiny bright covers. Look, you can see far, far away, said Annie. She was peering out of the treehouse window. Jack looked out the window with her. Down below were the tops of other trees. In the distance, she saw Frog Creek Library and the elementary school, the park. Annie pointed in the other direction. There's our house, she said. Sure enough, there was their white wooden house with a green porch. Next door was their neighbor's black dog, Henry. He looked very tiny. Hi, Henry, Annie shouted. Shh, said Jack. We're not supposed to be up here. He glanced around the treehouse again. I wonder who owns all these books, he said. He noticed the bookmarks were sticking out of many of them. I like this one, said Annie. She held up a book with a castle on the cover. Here's a book about Pennsylvania, said Jack. He turned to the page with the bookmark. Hey, there's a picture of Frog Creek in here, said Jack. It's a picture of these woods. Oh, here's a book for you, said Annie. She held up a book about dinosaurs. A blue silk bookmark was sticking out of it. Let me see it. Jack set down his backpack and grabbed the book from her. You look at that one, and I'll look at the one about castles, said Annie. No, we better not, said Jack. We don't know who these books belong to. But even as he said this, Jack opened the dinosaur book to where the bookmark was. He couldn't help himself. He turned to a picture of ancient flying reptile, a pteranodon. He touched the huge bat-like wings. Wow, whispered Jack. I wish I could see a pteranodon for real. Jack studied the picture of the odd-looking creature soaring through the sky. Ah! Annie screamed. What? Said Jack. A monster! Annie cried. She pointed to the treehouse window. Stop pretending, Annie, said Jack. No, really, said Annie. Jack looked out the window. A giant creature was gliding above the treetops. He had a long, weird crest on the back of his head, a skinny beak, and huge bat-like wings. It was a real live pteranodon. The creature curved through the sky. He was coming straight towards the treehouse. He looked like a glider plane. The wind began to blow. The leaves trembled. Suddenly, the creature soared up, high into the sky. Jack nearly fell out the window trying to see it. The wind picked up. It was whistling now. The treehouse started to spin. What's happening? Cried Jack. Get down, shouted Annie. She pulled him back from the window. The treehouse was spinning faster and faster. Jack squeezed his eyes shut. He held on to Annie. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Jack opened his eyes. Sunlight slanted through the window. There was Annie, the books, his backpack. The treehouse was still high up in an oak tree. But it wasn't the same oak tree. That's where we're going to stop with this one. We will start chapter 3 next, called Where is Here? Thanks for listening.